Good morning, all. It's Elizabeth Smith here in our al fresco office, and I can see that you can see my my middle mirror. I do apologise. I don't know what's happened to my camera. Anyway, hello, good morning. Yeah, Elizabeth Smith here from the Guru Co. For another self-coaching broadcast. And today, well, it goes back to last Friday. After doing my broadcast, I took a road trip down to Canterbury. Very nice place. But yeah, so hi Kaylee, good morning. And you are watching. I thank you so much, darling. Yeah, so anyway, so I drove down to Canterbury. And it was a fabulous journey down there, very smooth. But like everything, and I do encourage people to look at their days, there's an awful lot of lessons that we have that come past our eyes every minute and every second of every day. And on that journey, it was more about the journey back than anything. The meeting went well, and it was successful, so that was great. So I came back. The 3-hour journey, or just under 3-hour journey, took me 5 hours in the end. But as we were going on, there was filthy weather, and I was listening to my personal development and my audiobooks like I do, because there's nothing like it, is there, when you're actually spoiled for that time where you can't do anything else apart from drive and then be in your own zone. So yeah, so anyway, so I'm driving along and I'm watching. The traffic is just all around me on the motorway, and you just start thinking, my goodness, morning Jane, you start thinking about how many people are on this road. Where are they all going? What's their destination? They all have their own story, and they're zipping past you, and they're swapping lanes like crazy. And then there's the storm that hits that part of the journey. And there was a huge snarl up on the M2, and I thought, oh Lord, we're going to be here for ages. And then as we could approach it, it was just like, oh, there was an accident, and some poor beggar had shot off, obviously in standing water, which had hit, and you can't see standing water in your path sometimes. And this is so true of our lives, whether you're in business, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're just in your everyday career. And yeah, they'd obviously zipped off and gone straight into the barrier, and there were fire engines and ambulances, and you know, you send all the best wishes that way. But you start going past, and it sort of jolts you back into a bit of consciousness and going a bit steadier on the road, and you know, the windscreen wipers. Anyway, I get to the M25 and I'm starting to queue for the tunnel. And I'm not a great expert on the M25, let alone the tunnel, and anyone who knows me knows that I potentially don't like the tunnel, and I certainly don't like the bridge. However, so I'm sort of slowing down, and it's queuing, and you're bumper to bumper, and there's people cramming in, and they're getting angry with each other, and then there's the odd few that allow you to go in between them to swap lanes. Anyway, I just held my lane. I'm coming up, and I suddenly glance up, and I see the road signs and the road map, and I'm in the wrong lane. Okay, just before we go through the tunnel, I think, oh Lord, okay. So I indicate, and I let a couple of cars go past, and then I see a van, and he's just loitering further back from me. So I slide in, and I put my hand up and say thank you. Well, I think I must have incensed him. He must have been in a trance of his own, because within seconds he was up and on my bumper. And I thought, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that obviously that had, you know, really infuriated him. But the message for me in that split second of time was, as we approached the tunnel, and it was well, you couldn't have had a shorter of amount of time to have made a decision or realised that you're in the wrong lane. But I think he'd been so focused on and so angry that I had slid in that he very nearly missed his turning, and he was in the wrong lane. Now, forgive me, but I did have a little chuckle. But he had some pips going on when he was trying to push over, and he went through all the sort of the chevrons. And it did make me smile, and I thought, it just shows you, doesn't it? If you're that incensed and you're that focused and you get so angry, how much are we missing of our own lives? How much do we miss our turnings, our opportunities? Because all we can see is the person in front of us, their lights. And there is just no competition in life. You are only in competition with yourself. And it was a real wake-up call for me, because I thought, well, It doesn't matter how slowly I go in my business, how slowly I go in my career. And I do hear a lot of people talk about, I've got to get to the next bit, got to get to the next bit. Well, they started after me, or all those sorts of things. And I think, well, okay, but actually we all end up the same place in life, don't we? And I don't want to get morbid, but we really do. So what is it about enjoying the journey that we're so frightened of? That whole journey down there, I had my audiobooks on, I had my self-development stuff going on, and it was just such a smooth journey. And it was just that moment on the way back where I had time to consider just what we're doing. And it gave me great pleasure to let people in. You can see, I got my pathway wrong. Other people getting their pathways wrong. Those that want to get somewhere faster, who am I to judge that they haven't got something far more important than I have to get to? And yeah, that's sort of the message. Don't be so focused that you miss those opportunities. If people are in a hurry and they've got an idea or something, open the door, do that leadership thing, allow them to come first. That's fine. You'll find your path. Stay on your path, stay tuned to your own path. And yeah, just relax into it. And I hope that's really helpful. And as always, please do feel free to share. I'm always very grateful for shares. And let me know what your journey holds for you, and where you're going on that journey, and what your roadmap says. Watch for those signs. I wish you a very happy day, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.